All right, everybody, welcome to the simulators at the Meadows. I am here with Owen Doyle, assistant golf professional here. We are going to talk a little bit about shot shaping. It's Saturday night of the Masters, so we know at Augusta National we want to be shaping the ball in both directions. Owen is somebody who typically plays a bit of a draw. He's been a bit out of sorts, maybe push cutting it right now, but we're gonna see if we can work on that and get him moving the ball both ways. So I'm going to step out of the way and let him hit a shot or two, and then we will give some input in terms of moving that ball flight around a bit. So Owen, fire away. And that's going to come out of nowhere, right? That's typically your start it right,
yeah,
turn it back on to target. Yep.
Yeah.
That was coming.
We
knew that was coming,
yeah,
with the way it was going, right? That naturally we're gonna yank one left. So are you working on anything, trying to neutral out club path, doing anything with the
Yeah.
swing?
So I'm just trying to really just feel like I'm pulling to the left just a little bit more than I usually do.
Okay.
Because sometimes I will get caught shallow really quickly.
Yeah.
And then I'll have that block to the right. So really just trying to focus on getting through it the best I could.
Okay, so dynamically we're changing the downswing a bit. Why don't you turn towards the camera? I just want to see, roll the ball over and then set up facing the camera real quick. Yeah, right in there is fine, just somewhere that the camera can see it. Just so set up as if you're hitting that direction. Yep. So a couple things that I will look at immediately with ball position, which you're a good enough player that I don't think we have to worry about these, but just want to look at is ball position laterally. We've got the natural arc of the golf swing. Typically, the further back, the farther from the inside we're coming. Again, with 7-iron with a good player, I don't think we're worried about that. The other thing is if we roll back and look down target line. So let's roll this back over here and set up towards our screen again. I want to look at in the setup where your arms are, right? So if we think of like a strong or a weak grip, right?
Yeah.
So as we turn about the grip, either clockwise or counterclockwise, we're affecting where that's rotated. We can manipulate that in the setup without changing grip. So this is a great pull draw, hook swing, but if we want to hit a kind of standard draw, what we would do is if you set up, I would want to emphasize two things. So I'm going to shove this in here. I would want your trail elbow or your right elbow kind of down in, so don't move your feet. So trail elbow kind of comes in towards the back hip, and then lead elbow ends up on top. So from the camera's perspective, they'll actually be able to see this lead arm now as we get more and more extreme with it. That's getting real extreme.
Okay.
And that's for somebody that doesn't already typically hook it.
Okay.
But if you're struggling to find it, that's how we immediately move the path up, right?
Yep.
So just with those couple of things, kind of tuck that elbow in and get that left hand over top. Go ahead and just hit a shot or two. And obviously we always want to hit target, but this is going to be a bit of a different move, so I wouldn't be shocked if this went a long way left. That's right where that last one was, but if we pull up the club path's now 7 into out, where you were neutral and then maybe a couple into out.
Yeah.
And club face was pretty square there. That's what saves you.
Yeah.
So hit one more there, and just see if we can get that club face right of target so that we draw it back onto target. There it is right there. So That's the one that doesn't quite make it back towards target, but it's moving in the right
Yeah.
direction, right? Yeah, 7 degrees in out, which is the same as that last swing, 5 degrees open, maybe a bit better strike, and that comes all the way back towards target. So now on the flip side, what we'll do is we'll look at the cut swing, and it's just the opposite. So now instead of going in between here and wrenching this way, we're gonna go the opposite direction. So you're gonna go left elbow tucked in, and then right forearm over on top of the club foot. I do it with grip a bit because I find it easier to control club face that way, but that's a preference thing of mine. Really, we're just kind of preloading where our setup and then our takeaway begins, and now that's how we're adjusting that. So we change our tracer. And we're here. Change our tracer here to this is our cut swing now. You give a guy who plays a sling a cut swing and he hits it dead straight.
Bullseye.
So let's look at that. That's, I mean, 1 in to out and 2 open is pretty neutral, especially from 7, right?
Yeah.
So let's take that same setup idea and then talk about that feeling that you had before where you're ripping it left.
Okay.
Now the only miss there is that the face is open.
Yeah.
But I bet if we pull that up, yeah, now we're out to in a degree, almost 2, which is big for somebody who plays a sling, and now we're 7 degrees open. So obviously Owen is a good player, a good ball striker, so you know it's somebody that's probably a little easier to move than others. But he's also somebody that plays a big direction in one way. So if we can give him something that he steps on a tee and says, oh no, there's trouble up the left, I can't go that way. He now may have something in the bag that he can pull this shot out, and he's not hitting a big banana slice, but at least he's keeping it from that trouble down the left. So stay tuned for more of these. This will go out Masters weekend, and then we'll have plenty of instructional content coming for you guys later. Thank you.